Morning, Tahmina Khan is here in TK Maths is Fun. In today's video, which is video number 4 on normal distribution, we will see the normal approximation to the binomial distribution. So question will be given to you in binomial distribution, but to get the probability, you have to use normal, and you will see under which condition you can do that. So in the previous videos, we have seen how to use table, standardized normal distribution table to get the probability. Then we have seen if probability is given, then how to find out Z, and with the help of that Z, how to find out the random variable X or vice versa. So we have seen the explanation of all that. So in this video, I have just taken one example because rest of the concepts are same. And I will put the link of those videos in the description below so you can refer it. And here is my website address and blog address. You can see more videos over there. So let's begin. So normal approximation to the binomial. It is applied under certain condition. We know that binomial distribution in general is written as n comma p. N represents number of time experiment happens and p represents probability of success. So mu is equals to np and variance is equals to npq. We have seen that also in binomial distribution. And we know that 100% probability 1 is equals to p plus q, right? So this is all old information you already have. And there are certain conditions which should meet when you are choosing binomial distribution by using normal approximation. Now, what are those conditions? Here are those. Your NP should be greater than 5 and your NQ should be greater than 5. So when you have the binomial distribution, you calculate this. If your answer is greater than 5 for both, you can apply normal approximation for the binomial distribution. And then your normal distribution will become NP, NPQ, right? So this will become your normal distribution. And then after that, you will just apply the technique the way we have done before. So, but there is one thing you have to keep in mind. And you know what is that? Binomial distribution is for discrete data. Normal distribution is for continuous data. So if question of binomial is given to you and it is saying find the probability for X greater than 4, greater than equals to 4 and less than equals to 7. So these are your discrete data. It means 4, 5, 6, and 7. So first of all, we will see the condition and then we have to take care of this aspect also. So mu is NP. Now this is greater than 5. Variance is NPQ. And what is your NQ? If you check, it is 12 into 0.5. Again, it will be same thing. So you can apply here your normal approximation. But the problem is that the data is discrete and continuous. So you apply continuity correction. And after that, you can apply normal approximation. Now, what is continuity correction? Let's see. I have taken a few examples to explain to you, and I will explain you with the help of number line. So let's pick up number 1 first. X is less than 32. Now this is suppose discrete data, and you are changing it into for normal, right? Data. So continuity correction you will apply on this. Now what does it mean? Suppose 32 is here on the number line. I am saying less than 32. It means I'm talking about the values which are on the left hand side, right? Just focus here right now. Equals to is not here. It means this value is not included. Whenever we apply continuity correction, we add or subtract 0.5 in this value. Now the question is either I will add 0.5 here or I will subtract 0.5 here. Now this symbol will not change. If it is less than, it will remain less than. So it means if I'm talking about 31.5, I'm going from here. And if I'm talking about 32.5, it means from here. Sorry, let me change the color. It means I'm talking about from here. Now you can see, if you take the values which are on the left hand side from here, 32 will become part of it. And we don't want to include 32 because equal to sign is not here. Whereas if I go from here to the left, 32 will not be included. So that's why it is 31.5. Let's look at this case where exactly same situation but equals to is here. It means now 32 value is included. So I'm coloring it. This is called closed circle. It means value is included. So now, because in normal distribution, we don't write equals to. Remember in my first video, I explained you this thing. It is always less than or greater than, no equals to, because area is left or right, not underneath. So because it is less than equals to, so my inequality will be less. So if I add 0.5 in 32, it is 32.5, subtract 31.5. Again, if I go from here to the left and from here to the left, which line is including 32 now? This one, because you see it is passing from here, all the values and 32 will be part of it. Whereas if I go from here, 32 will not be part of it. So that's why we are adding 0.5 here. So you can focus on the rest of the concepts here yourself and try it out. So this is the concept of continuity correction. By the way, if you have x is equals to, for example, 7, and if it is equal, then when you change it into normal continuity correction, it becomes, you add and subtract both. It will become 6.5 to 7.5. Remember it. Okay, so let's take one question here. I have taken one example. Mixed grass seeds, probability that a seed is ryegrass is 0.35. So there are different grass seeds. So they are talking about this type of grass seed is 0.35, means 35%. Find the probability that in a random sample of 400 seeds from the sack, fewer than 120 are ryegrass seed. Now, if I write it in the mathematical form, n is 400 and probability that it is ryegrass is 0.35. And I have to find out probability of x less than 120. Now you can imagine if you're applying binomial theorem, how long it will take to complete it. So the first thing comes in my mind, why not use normal approximation to solve this question? So we will check the condition of NP and NQ. And if both the answers are greater than 5, I can apply normal approximation. So here NP and NQ are figured out, and answer is 140 and 260, which is greater than 5. So condition satisfied, we can apply normal approximation. So now we will write normal distribution. So normal distribution in this case will be NP, NPQ. This is your mean and this is your variance. So NP you have already calculated, NPQ you can calculate easily, and it is 91. So you got your distribution. You have to find out x less than 120. Now you are applying here what? Continuity correction. It is less than 120. Now see here, if somebody still has a confusion. So less than 120 mean left hand side. 120 is not included. So I will subtract 0.5. Sorry, 119. From here, if I will go, 120 will not be included. But if I add 0.5 and go back left hand side from here, 120 will become part of it. So that's why we have subtracted here. And then, you know, in the previous video, we have seen how to change x variable into standardized form. So we are applying the formula, which is z is equals to x minus mu over standard deviation. And we got the value of z, and then we calculated the probability. So we have seen in the previous video all this in detail, how to calculate. In this video, we are only focusing on how to apply normal approximation for the binomial distribution. Now let's see in this case exactly almost same. X is greater than equals to 125, less than equals to 132. So we are applying continuity correction. Let's see. Suppose 125 is here and 132 is here. There is equal to sign. It means these values are included, right? Now, when I'm applying continuity correction, I have to include this and I have to include this. So from this one, I will subtract. Why? because in normal distribution we don't write equals to, we just use inequality symbol. So if I will go from here, and in this case I will add, if I go from here, these values are included, right? So that's why I have taken 124.5 and 132.5. In case if I had taken suppose 131.5 here, then this value will not be part of it. So that's why we are adding and subtracting accordingly. Change x into z, and both are negative, which means I have to calculate this area, right? And I have told you in the previous videos, especially in video 2, if both are negative, then how do you handle? You use a symmetrical concept. These will be here. So this value will be 1.625 and this value will be 0.786. You have to calculate this. So you will simply do phi 1.625, which is written here, minus phi 0.786. So because of the concept of symmetry, we are using it, and when we have both z values positive, we can read the probability from the table. So, in the last part of the question, so basically here you should know how to apply continuity correction correctly, and the rest of the procedure is same. And don't forget to check the condition. When you're applying normal approximation, you have to show on the paper that yes, condition satisfied. Now it is saying greater than 60. Now suppose here I have 6160. Equals to is not here. I'm talking about this area. So in this case, I will add 0.5 so that when I go from here towards right, this is not included. So that's why it is greater than 160.5. And after that, I'm changing it into z using this formula, right? And then reading table. Why are we subtracting? I have told you before, whenever z is positive, right, and you have to find out the probability which is on the right hand side. From the table, you get left hand side area because table has probabilities of the left hand side values of c. So you minus it from 1 because 100% probability is 1. So this is how you get your probability, right? So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you liked it, then press subscribe button and bell icon and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.